sit on the other side of Dr. Osborne, okay? Just so that you're both.
Good evening, everyone. It's 6:03. We are going to reconvene open session. There's no reportable action from closed session. And we are going to go to 3.2, which is roll call for tonight for the board.
Member Garcia? Present. Member Munoz?
Present.
Board Clerk Cam?
Present.
Vice President Lopez?
Here.
President Clifford?
Present.
Please note, all members present.
Please rise, put your right hand over your heart, and repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. May I have a motion to adopt tonight's agenda?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
I think we need to reorg the agenda.
I will do that. I'll make a
Okay.
statement after I get a motion and a second.
Got it.
Thank you.
There's a motion and a second. Before we vote on that, we will be reconvening back into closed session after we adjourn the regular meeting to go back into closed session because we didn't want to make you all wait tonight for us to have another conversation. So we appreciate that recommendation from the vice president of the school board because I said, let's just do it now. And he said, no, let's not make them wait. So you can thank Trustee Lopez for that. So we will be going into closed session again after we adjourn the regular meeting. All right? So with all that stuff being said, is there a motion? There's a motion, a second. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposition? Thank you very much. That moves to 3.6, board recognition of the Sutherland principal, Aaron Fish. Mr. Superintendent.
Thank you, Mr. Clifford, members of the board, distinguished guests. It is my honor to introduce to you the new principal of Sutherland Elementary School, Mrs. Erin Fish, and Dr. Osborne will give her formal introduction. Come on up, Mrs. Fish.
So Mrs. Fish brings 25 years of experience, nearly all of it not too far down in Doherty Unified School District. Most recently, she served as the principal of Valley View Academy, a role she held for the past 3 years. Previously, she was the principal of Andres Duarte Arts Academy, where she successfully guided the school through the school closure, which was one of the most challenging and heart-wrenching aspects of her entire career. She's also served as an assistant principal at Royal Oak STEAM Academy and the district arts curriculum coordinator. Earlier in her career, she was an international baccalaureate coordinator, a classroom teacher, which she earned Teacher of the Year. She holds advanced degrees in ed leadership and widely respected for instructional leadership and dedication to both students and staff. Mrs. Fish comes with strong recommendations from both her superintendent and assistant superintendents, who many of us on the dais know very well. Importantly, she already has a strong connection with GUSD. As her son recently graduated from Glendora High School, and her daughter is currently at Glendora High School as well. She started her career with us on Tuesday, and we're really excited to welcome her to Glendora. So welcome, Aaron Fish.
Thank you.
I'm short, so yes, you can hear me. I would just like to thank the board and of education as well as cabinet and all of Glendora for the opportunity to continue on in my educational career. This has been very exciting. It's been a very busy 4 days, I think 4 full days. Boots on the ground immediately. Just really excited to be here, getting to know all of our students at Sutherland, all of the staff and the families, and just eager to continue on to getting to know the rest of the community. So I would like, again, in addition to thanking all of you, I'd like to thank my family, as Dr. Osborne introduced. They have, followed me through all of this, put up with me through all of this, and, and in addition to being there all weekend, which I was found out over the weekend. Many people told me they saw me. But just really excited to be here and grateful for the opportunity. So thank you.
Aaron, thank you. Unless I missed it, I think he missed introducing one of your family members. I heard the two of them. What about the third one sitting?
So my husband, this is Jeff, and then
Yes.
Andrew and Addison.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Looking forward to good things at Sutherland.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you come on up and just have them stand right in front of the board. We can all sneak.
This is the part the kids were threatening.
Yeah, just right in kind of center in front of it. We get the logo and the board and everybody. Yeah, get closer for all like you like each other.
Yeah, they can't see, there we go. Ready, 1, 2.
Nice to meet you all. Thank you. That's exciting news. The next item is 3.7. It's an important time. It's an oath of office for our 2 new student board members. Maya, would you like to introduce yourself real quick?
Okay. Hi, board and audience. My name is Maya Yassine. I am a junior at Glendora High School, and I am your new GHS student representative. I'm so excited for this school year.
Very good. Rosa, would you like to introduce yourself? Turn your microphone on, please. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rosa Ramos. I am very excited to be here, and I am a junior at Wickham Continuation High School, and I'm really honored to be here, so thank you.
Well, thank you. We're honored to have both of you. If I could get you both to stand up and go to the dais real quick and kind of share a mic, so kind of both stand in front of the microphone so we could hear both of your responses right there, one on one side of the mic and one on the other. We're going to go through an oath of office. Is that okay with you?
Sounds good.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Are you ready? So I'm going to say I, and then I start, and then you're going to say your name. I'm not going to say state your name. You're just going to say your name, okay? So we're going to start this with saying I,
I, Maya
Rosa
Yassine,
Ramos,
thank you, do solemnly swear
do
solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well
and that I will well
and faithfully
and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations. Now, if you guys wouldn't mind coming up here and standing in front of the board and taking your pictures. We have some family members here. There you go. Thank you so much. Now, even though we're not at 4.1, are you guys both giving an update tonight, or is one of you, is it one night, or how's that working? Just okay, perfect. All right. The next item is item 3.8, public comment. I don't have any speaker cards. All right. Do you want to speak? It's absolutely okay, but will you fill out a speaker card when you're done? I won't make you do it before. But you get 3 minutes, come on up and say your piece, and then we'll get you to fill that out afterwards, if that's all right with you.
Hi, my name's Terry Merrick. I'm sorry I'm late. I was trying to print out flyers because I wanted to let you know, you and everyone else. I'm a member of Glendora Together, and we are a multi-generational community group. We've hosted 4 or 5 discussion forums in the past, but in the spring or summer, we launched a digital e-zine. This was a dream of our high school students that are part of our group. And so we're launching our fall one, and I am asking for, again, it's multi-generational, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 65-year-olds. I would love to have everybody contribute. The topics are arts and culture, nature and science, philosophy and religion, because I'm a former philosophy professor, and politics and local news. So please, I wish I had the flyers, but if you go on your phones, www.glendoratogether.com, you can see this summer one. And so you can see what it's like. And please just reach, I was tasked with going for the older crowd. We have our students that are reaching out to the under crowd, the K through 12 crowd. But everyone's invited. We'd like to get the submissions for the ideas by the end of this month, by the end of this month, and that we can then edit them. We do not print anything and publish anything until you've approved it. So please, this is a digital magazine, and it's just for the community. So thank you very much. Again, it's GlendoraTogether.com, and we're hoping to get the submissions in by the end of this month so that we can launch in October. And you would be perfect, young women, because of the role that you play. So we would love to have your contributions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have no further cards, so I will close the public comment period and move on to oral reports. 4.1, the first one being tonight, Maya.
So tonight I have a board report for Cullen, Stanton, Sutherland, Sandburg, and Glendora High School. Cullen. Cullen is off to an amazing start for the 2025-26 school year. At the beginning of the year, we focused on the character trait of kindness, and at our first Cullen Community Friday, we recognized 35 students for going above and beyond in demonstrating kindness to those around them. Our PTA has kicked off our annual fundraiser with a superhero theme of Move Like a Hero, Help Our School Grow. Currently, students are working on designing the t-shirt that will be our design for this year's Move-a-thon, and we can't wait to see what it will be. For September, our character focus will be respect, and we are excited about the opportunities we will all have to learn about how to respect ourselves and others. Next up is Stanton. Our first Spirit Assembly is this Friday. We will celebrate our school's achievements, promote positive behavior, and encourage teamwork. And to keep the momentum going with teamwork and school spirit, Stanton staff will participate in games and activities throughout September. We will play games like rock, paper, scissors, and a cup stacking challenge. We will also celebrate days like National Quesadilla Day. In the STEAM lab, our 4th grade students are learning to use a Cricut machine to design personalized name tags. They will choose their colors, fonts, and shapes, learning basic design skills while expressing their creativity. Stanton Eagles are off to a soaring great start. Next is Sutherland. Sutherland began the year with a TKK meet and greet on the day before school started. Sutherland PTA had a table set up at the meet and greet to enable parents to purchase spiritware, and they have been working diligently to get events set up for the year. Back to school night was well attended. Kindergarten has transitioned to a 12:31 dismissal and will transition once more to a 1:30 dismissal. Picture day resulted in some of the finest apparel, even a suit and tie, a crown, perfect hair, and beaming smiles. Mrs. Fisk, Sutherland's new principal, started at Sutherland on Monday. Next up is Sandburg. Spartans are off to a great start as we open the school year without a hitch. Our student enrollment is up this year as we have welcomed a larger 6th grade class and several students from outside of the district. They're a wonderful group of students eager to learn and get involved in Spartan events and activities. We are thrilled to announce the unveiling of our STEAM lab. Our amazing STEAM teacher, Mrs. Brezzi, coordinated efforts to open the lab for viewing during back-to-school night. We can't wait to see students actively engage in experiments and lessons in our 21st century lab. 6th grade ASB elections took place last week, and we had 16 student leaders rally for votes to become the 6th grade ASB representative. We were impressed by their poise and confidence as they delivered speeches and campaigned for a position. We all agree that they are all winners and exemplify what it means to be a Spartan leader. Our first school dance was a huge success. Students enjoyed great food, games, music, and had a special time hanging out with friends. PTA did an outstanding job facilitating this event. And lastly, Glendora High School. Our Glendora Tartans could not be more excited for the new school year and have kicked things off with a great start. Get on Board, our first day of school event, was a huge success where almost all students participated in wearing their Get on Board shirts. We welcome students back with games, ways to connect, treats, and opportunities to make new friends to kick off the 2025-2026 school year. Our Howdy Welcome Back Assembly was held on Friday, August 22nd. We introduced new staff, yelled our class chants for the first time, and had phenomenal performances from our band, pageantry, and pep squad. There was also an infamous Dr. Seuss rap battle performed by teachers that had the whole crowd engaged and cheering. Shout out to the incredible teachers Merrick, Tanzillo, Manalo, and Stevens who showed up and showed out in this competition. Later that evening, we hosted our Howdy Dance outside on the basketball courts. Just over 700 tartans attended, and we received plenty of positive feedback. We had 2 photo booths, a game truck, yard games, the Kona ice truck, and pizza for sale. The students loved the DJ and danced the entire time. We have had 2 home football games so far, a Red Out theme and a USA theme. Our Dog Pound student section has gone all out for both games. Our Dog Pound leaders are bringing the hype and are super pumped for the rest of the season. Lastly, this week kicks off Yellow Ribbon Week, and our counselors and ASB are partnering to host activities to promote mental health awareness. Thank you.
There you go, Maya, all done. And Rosa, we look forward to yours next week, or the next meeting. I guess that's in 2 weeks, not next week. Thank you very much. That takes us to 4.2, which are comments from the members of the Board of Education. I will start to my right tonight with Dr. Munoz.
Thank you, President Clifford. Just briefly, just want to thank Aaron Fish as the new principal of Sutherland. I want to appreciate you thinking of our district and accepting the position. Also to Maya and Rosa, congratulations on student representative. So it'll be great working with all of you. That's all.
That's exactly what I'm gonna say.
Go right down.
Congratulations and welcome, Aaron. Good to have you in Glendora. And Maya and Rosa, congratulations, and it'll be a great year. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. What we're bringing to our educational system here in Glendora. So welcome.
Dr. Cam?
I'm looking forward to what the year has in store. I'm excited about the new people we have that are helping out and joining our district. So welcome everybody. It's been a fun couple weeks. We're in full swing with GYS and soccer all over the place. So if you see kids running around like crazy or rogue soccer balls, please be patient with them, but they're having a lot of fun. Yellow Ribbon Week kicking off is going to be a blast. I got a peek into some of the things the different school sites are doing for our students and all of the fun things that are going to be going on, which I'm really excited about. Even I think we have puppies coming to some of the school sites. So I have them on my calendar, which I'm excited about. So that should be really good. It's good for us to focus on some mental health stuff. The football games have been a blast. I didn't realize, but my youngest son is full bore. He's excited. We cannot miss a game. We sit right next to the dog pound, so the 4-year-old can also scream as loud as he wants. But it's been really good to get to see so many people out. If you do see me there, please feel free to stop by, say hi, and chew my ear about all the different things that are going on in your life. So I'm excited about that. It's been a lot of fun. Quick shout out to a GEF event that we are having. Glendora Education Foundation is having a big event at the Village Eatery on September 11th. So that'll be available for anybody who can make it, but it would be really good. It's a great way to start to meet some people. If you've always been interested and didn't know how to get involved, I think it'll be a good event. PTA council meeting was really good, getting to see all of the wonderful parents that are working so hard for our students and teachers and school sites. And last but not least, a little shout out to the Glendora High Tartan Band and Pageantry for their performance at a sold-out Coliseum with the USC Tartan Band, which was super cool. So lots of fun and exciting things happening around the district, lots of people working very hard, and dare I say, a relatively smooth start of the year. So yeah, I'll knock on wood, but thank you.
Trustee Garcia.
Thank you all for being here. I do want to say welcome to Mrs. Fish. Thank you for choosing GUSD. I know you've been a part of the family for a while, but now in a different role, so welcome. And I'm excited about your STEAM experience and how you will make that happen at Sutherland with the new STEAM lab. So that's exciting, and I look forward to seeing some of those projects. Maya and Rosa, welcome. We're a team up here. I want you to know that we want your feedback. We want to hear from you. We also want to guide you. So in any way that we can help support your journey, your year here with us, please don't hesitate to reach out. And I may remind you to turn on your mic, but so will Dr. Osborne. we're here to help, so please don't hesitate to reach out to us. I did want to shout out a couple of things that the Sprouts, Mrs. Bizotto applied for a grant through Sprouts Farmers Market, and she did this last year or the year before, and she got $10,000 for our Spartan Garden, which I am incredibly excited for because that's free money. But I also want to appreciate her work in being proactive and applying for those funds and realizing like, hey, that money's sitting there. You fill it out, and they're so giving. And I know the Shepherd's Pantry also got one, so it's so great to see that money coming back to our community and seeing how our teachers and our community use that money. So I'm super excited. I'm looking forward to visiting the Spartan Garden soon and hearing all about how Mrs. Bizotto plans on using that money. So congratulations to them for all that work that they're doing. And then Sandburg had their STEAM Day, and I was able to join last minute. I received an invitation, and I'm just like, of course I want to be there, and I was so happy that I was there. I have to tell you, it was quite an undertaking for Mrs. Breesy, and she did a phenomenal job, and her team, because she did have a group of teachers who she was very clear to let me know that she didn't do it alone, but she did spearhead it, and I'm so happy to have that type of staff in our district that is willing to go above and beyond and challenge our students the way that they were being challenged that day. I was talking to kids because they were dissecting a sheep's eye. The eyeball was this big, and some of them were completely grossed out, but I was like, who's the surgeon in the table? And mostly they pointed to each other. But it was so great to see the kids completely engaged, doing something completely different than their normal, daily get to first period, second period, and they seemed to love it. So I really hope that those type of days spread through our district, because I really did see the kids really just super engaged and excited. And anytime you can get a child just engaged in that way and interested in any of the STEAM pathways in this way is a good day. So thank you to the Sandburg team that made that happen and for going above and beyond for our students. I appreciate it. And last shout out will be to our beloved PTA parents who came into the campuses on a Sunday, right after dinner time in 90-degree weather, to decorate our campuses, to donate food and stuff, everything for the Yellow Ribbon Week. I saw them working out there, and I want them to know that we appreciate them greatly. So thank you again. I think most of what I mentioned involved community, teachers, and it's just a reminder that we're all in this together. Oh, it sounds like that song. And it's one of those, we can't do it alone. We can't do it alone. The teachers can't do it alone. The parents can't do it alone. And it's so great to see the community working together. So thank you, and keep doing it.
Thank you. I don't want to be repetitive, but Mrs. Fish, I do want you to know that where is the happiest place on earth? That's right. Don't you forget it. Sutherland's very important to me. Yeah. I hope they told you. I have a lot of foot traffic that I put into that school over the years, and that school is very close to my family and us. So there's a long legacy there. Now 2 of my grandchildren go here. I tried to get them into Sutherland, and some people are going the other way, but they want my son wanted them to go here. So thank you for all that you do at Sutherland. I also want all of our constituents to know that we all receive many emails and queries in between meetings, and the topics were, for me at least this time, and I forward them to the other board members as they're so appropriate. We got a letter saying, I think it was from LACO, saying that our budget's in a good place and that we have a qualified budget, which made me feel very good. I got a lot of emails about some of the conditions of our school properties. We're working on that, and I think those are on the mend right now. We got some emails about campus security and some concerns that are happening which relate to a potential assembly bill that's out there. So I just want all the parents to pay attention to what Sacramento is doing and all the things that are going on in the political side of the job that we have. And people certainly have an opinion about those things, and most of my opinions lie where in local control, where I'm not as concerned about Sacramento deciding how Glendora runs. I like Glendora to decide that, but everybody has their own opinion. At least that's where mine lies. But we're keeping particular attention on that, and we'll update you as those things see fit. but continue to email us and let us know your thoughts, and I believe we all get back to you, and, you know, we do get a handful of those emails and phone calls and the like during the week, and we appreciate that. I also wanted to mention that the sporting events at this time of year are plentiful. Does anybody have a report on the girls' flag football team? Because I hear could you just give us a quick update? Because I hear that's like some record level winning team.
So, our girls' flag football team is on a 7-win streak right now. They have only lost one game this season, and that was, I'm pretty sure, in like a tournament during the summertime, but
It was
preseason.
right? So they're
It was
allegedly we're
preseason.
undefeated.
We are undefeated right
Yes.
now, and they are doing so great.
That's good, and I think that's a good update to hear about that. This team is special, and they're on a roll, and they're playing in a very nice, I think they play at Louis Pompey Park, so they have a beautiful facility, and I've watched a couple of those things happen, and it's pretty incredible. So, again, we now have a new principal of the happiest place on earth. I'm very happy for that, and we'll get on with our business. So now's the time, if you don't want to hang around all night, to skedaddle, as they say. Thank you. The next item that we have after all of those really important reports are our superintendent report. You guys can go for the evening if you'd like. You don't have to stay.
Congratulations to Mrs. Fish and welcome to the Fish family, to Glendora. And Maya and Rosa, we look forward to working with you throughout the year. Maya, great job tonight. Thank you. I think you can do my report for the rest of the meetings. Well, very well done. Very well done. I've had the pleasure of making site visits over the past couple of weeks. I've had the pleasure of actually visiting each site classroom and getting into the classrooms and seeing our teachers and students in action. And I can say for sure and with certainty, great things are happening in GUSD. I had an opportunity to see the STEAM Day as well at Sandburg last week. That's a prime example. Miss Brzee put in a ton of effort. That was creating a mini master schedule for a day. And to provide students the type of experience that was provided was impressive on September 4th, to say the least. Tonight, you're going to hear a fiscal update, the unaudited actuals, also known as closing the books for the previous fiscal year, 2024, 2025 school year and fiscal year. And now we move to the future with a forward focus on the coming year. Last week, we had the pleasure of hosting our MOCA College Foreign Exchange student guests. They are guests of the city for 6 weeks. We had week number 4. We went to nearly every site. They had a virtual exchange with MOCA students live virtually at 4:30 p.m. on Friday from Glendora High School. That was very successful. They attended multiple games with me, the football game on Friday, a water polo game during the week, field hockey. They don't have water polo and field hockey, so that was very interesting to them. They thought it was very unique. I had the pleasure of seeing Mrs. Bizzotto receive her $10,000 grant on Saturday morning. Last year, she received $5,000. It was doubled this year to $10,000. That's impressive and wonderful for those students. I would say the crowd of Sandburg students, staff, and parents doubled also in attendance on Saturday. It was nice to see about 75 people were there in attendance. It is Yellow Ribbon Week, also known as Wellness Week, also known as Suicide Prevention Week. Wednesday evening in this very room and also virtually, we're going to have a speaker. Her name is Mrs. Kimberly Mendoza. She's a licensed marriage and family therapist and a parent. And she specializes in working with adolescent teens experiencing anxiety, obsessive compulsive disorder, and depression, and partners with schools and parents to promote open, proactive conversations around mental wellness. Topics will include recognizing warning signs, suicide prevention and awareness, creating a supporting environment, and the importance of parental self-care. The session will also cover effective ways to talk with children and teens about mental health and offer guidance on how and when to seek professional help. Very important in this week and every week. So we hope you'll join us on Wednesday evening right here in the boardroom at 6 p.m., estimated to go till 7:30, and you can also join virtually online. There is a link in the email that was sent out, and we'll have it posted on the website as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any questions of the superintendent from the board? All right, that means it was a good report. The next item is item 5.1, an unaudited actual 2024-2025, presented by Jeanette Walzak, our CFO, Assistant Superintendent of Business Services, and Araceli Medina, the Director of Fiscal Services. And could you put a better title on the letter that I got from from LACO that talked about our, that qualified letter, or whatever that was? Could you
Yes.
explain it to everybody what that was?
So, thank you. So basically, the letter that we received was actually for our budget that we submitted back in June, and basically, they were approving our budget since we were certified we have a positive certification for 2025-26 and the 2 out years, 26-27 and 27-28, which basically says that we are able to meet our obligations for the next 3 years. Thank you. Well, good evening, President Clifford, trustees, executive cabinet, and community members. So this evening, we are presenting the district's unaudited actuals for the fiscal year ending June 30, 2025. This is an important milestone in our budget cycle because it provides the board and our community with the complete accounting of how our revenues and expenditures actually closed out during the year in comparable to our adopted budget, as well as the interim reports throughout the year. So basically, an audited actuals has a couple of purpose. One of them is it gives us the baseline for our audit, which is going to take place this fall, and we will be reporting that out in January. And then secondly, it informs our multi-year projection and shape the future decisions, as well as our upcoming first interim report for the 2025-26. So, just looking at the financial cycle, which we've gone through before, it includes multiple reporting checkpoints from the unaudited from the adopted budget, which is July 1st, to the independent audit report in December, and that's done by an independent CPA firm to check everything is in line. And also because it ensures transparency and the alignment with both state and federal regulations, as well as internal planning. And then just to help frame the process a little bit, our fiscal year ends in June 30th. Then during July and August, our team finalizes any accruals. We do our closing entries, and we also perform reconciliations of all of the various accounts. And then in early September, we prepared the state-required SACS forms, which is and it brings an audit, and then we bring the unaudited actuals report forward tonight for your review and approval. Once it's approved, the report is submitted to Los Angeles County Office of Education, and as I mentioned earlier, it becomes the foundation for the annual audit, which is then finalized in December. So the unaudited actuals really becomes our official year-end financial statement, and then it's the revenues, expenditures, and if we have fund balances, fund balance for the year. But for this year, for 2024-25, I'm pleased to share that we closed out 24-25 on a positive note by implementing some of the strategies outlined in our fiscal stabilization plan. We achieved important one-time savings as well as some ongoing savings, which resulted in the district general fund balance to increase by approximately $2 million compared to the prior year. And then, as part of the unaudited actuals, we also submit various detailed SACS forms, as you have seen on the about 200-page report that was included with this presentation. They go beyond just the revenues and expenditures. They make sure that our reporting is complete and of course in compliance with some of our state and federal regulations. For example, the attendance. So the attendance reports average daily attendance, which drives our LCFF funding. And then we have the indirect cost calculation, and it's used for federal and state programs, so we can properly charge back or recover some of the administrative costs that's done by the general fund. So for 24-25, that rate is 5.49%. So we're able to recover from restricted over to unrestricted. Then we have the lottery, and that breaks out how the revenues that we receive as well as how they were spent. And then next, we have the special education cost data, and that's providing revenues and expenditures detail for special education, and it's critical for state reporting as well as some of our SELPA allocation. And then the other one is the current expense formula minimum classroom compensation, and this is ed code, and we basically have to provide expenditures and make sure that our expenditure going into classroom compensation is roughly about 55%, and ours is 59%. And this is a key compliance that's being examined during our independent audit. And then lastly, the Every Student Succeeds Act of Maintenance of Effort. It ensures that the district meets all the federal requirements to maintain effort and special education spending. And this part protects our eligibility for our federal IDEA funding. So even though the forms are technical in nature, they're definitely essential, and they demonstrate not only how funds were spent, but also how the district is meeting all state and federal compliance requirements. And then next, I'd like to turn it over to our Director of Fiscal Services, Ms. Medina, to talk about the district funds, revenues, and expenses for the year.
Thank you, Jeanette. Good evening, President, Trustee, Executive Cabinet, and members of the community. So before we dive into the details, I want to discuss what we'll be sharing in the next few slides, which is our general fund, which is our main operating fund, as well as 12 specialized funds that are required by the state that are for a specific purpose. So here on this slide, we will go over our unrestricted ending fund balance. So when we started the 24-25 school year, we started with $16.7 million. And we did have to make an audit adjustment, which you'll see there, the fair market value adjustment of $1.3 million. It's a required entry by the county, which just basically recognizes the value of investment. So it's not a true loss or a true gain when we see this adjustment there. It's just required for us to record it. So our adjusted fund balance for the beginning of 24-25 was $15.3 million. Our revenues were about $80.6 million, expenditures $63.2 million. And then our contributions to special education and routine restricted were $15.3 million. So our net increase for 24-25, like Jeanette shared, we're happy to report, was a little over $2 million. So our ending fund balance for the general fund unrestricted is $17.4 million. So the 24-25 adopted column that you see there is what we reported in May. So this has not been updated since that projection. So now that we have our closing numbers, we'll have our enrollment numbers that have come through. So we'll be making an update to this budget at first interim. But at adopted budget, we did have revenues of $80.3 million, $66.9 million. Our contributions were projected to be 15.6, and we are projecting a deficit of 2.1 with an ending fund balance of 15.2. But again, this will get updated at first interim. So next we'll go over the general fund revenues, and this is both restricted and unrestricted revenues, and this is just a comparison from 23-24 to 24-25. So we have our FF entitlement. So for 24-25, it was 76.6 million. 23-24 was 79.5. So that decrease is due to those larger numbers dropping off in our average calculation. And our federal revenue went from 6.6 million to 24-25 only 2.7, and that's because of one-time funds. So we received a lot of our COVID funds in the previous year. So a lot of that is part of that is sitting in our fund balance now. So that's why you see that decrease between 23-24 and 24-25. For state revenues for 24-25 was 10.1 million. So some of the increases there is we utilized more of our UPK, our Universal Pre-Kindergarten Grant this year. It's on a reimbursement basis. So that's the slight increase that you'll see there in our state revenue. And our local revenue went up to 12.2 million in 24-25, and that was due to the contribution we received from the city of Glendora for the pool, as well as some of the grants that our special ed director applied for. We have the wellness coach grant, the CBYH grant that we received in the 24-25 school year. Next, we'll go over the general fund expenditures, and again, it's a comparison to the prior year. So for certificated salaries for 24-25, it was 43.6 million. Classified salaries was 18.1 million. Benefits was 23 million. Books and supplies, 3.9 million. And services and other operating expenditures was 14.9 million. Capital outlay 1.2, and other outgo was 343,000. So I did want to point out that when we did estimated actuals, our total expenditures that we were projecting was 104,011,466. So our actuals were 105,225,723. So that's about a $400,000 difference, which is within 1% of our projection, which is a great number that you kind of want to stick to, is to be within 1%. So it was actually 0.4%. So I did want to, shout out the team, the fiscal team. They work really hard closing books, making sure everything is paid on time. And helping us make projections. So I really want to thank them for the hard work that they did for this closing. Next, we'll go over the general fund contributions. So special education, our general fund contribution for 24-25 was 11.8 million. Our routine maintenance contribution was 3.4 for a total of 15.3 million. We had some other general fund contributions, very small restricted contributions, about 17,000. So our total contributions were 15.3 million. This is an illustration of just our special education contribution as it's been increasing over the years. So we presented this at adopted budget. So now that we have our final number for 24-25, that's been updated with actual, so that you'll see that 11.8 million. The 25-26, 27-28, and 26, 27, 27, 28 are still projections, but you can see it's increasing every year, which is it's being experienced across all districts. Special education expenditures are increasing across the board. So now I'm going to hand it over back to Jeanette so she can talk about the other district funds.
So some of the other district funds that we have to report on are cafeteria fund, which reports the nutrition services department. We have the child development, which is our preschool and our after-school program, and then capital funds, as well as many other ones. And these are restricted to its purpose, and it's tracked separately for compliance and transparency. just to illustrate some of the specialized funds that we talked about, we have Fund 8, which is the Student Activity or ASB funds. Ending fund balance is $556,000. So those are some of the beginning balance, revenues, expenses, and ending balances of the various specialized funds that we have. And then, so the next step, tonight we ask the board for approval of our unaudited actuals. Once approved, the report will be submitted to the County Office of Education. So first, like tonight, submit unaudited actuals to LACO, and then we're obviously review and update the 25-26 budget. And then that then becomes our basis for our audit, an independent audit. And then lastly, in December, we will be preparing the first interim report, which we will report back in December, and it will cover July 1st through October 31st. And then also, I just want to emphasize that we ended the fiscal year on a positive footing by following through some of our fiscal stabilization plan. And that's not only reflective of our commitment to fiscal responsibility, but it also provides greater stability as we enter the 2025-26 school year, and it giving us a stronger platform to be able to prioritize student programs and services. And then on behalf of the business services team, we want to thank our board, our trustees, our superintendent, cabinet leaders, and site leaders for their partnership and diligence. And of course, we thank the fiscal services, especially Ms. Medina, who did a lot of the, calculation, as well as the entire fiscal services team. And then we ask the board to approve our unaudited actuals. And then we definitely appreciate the continued support from the board and to maintaining the fiscal health of Glendora Unified School Districts. And now that wraps up our presentations, and we're happy to answer any questions.
Thank you for that presentation. Our next item will be to approve this and have a discussion about it. Before we do that, are there any questions from the trustees while they're up here at the dais?
Thank you for this presentation and for all the work you ladies put into it. I appreciate it. I do have a question about revenues. I know that the adopted budget is based on what we think the enrollment was going to be. Based on what we know the enrollment is today, do you foresee this being more or less?
So for
I won't hold you to a number.
No.
Just,
So for 24-25, I believe we were using the 3-year average, correct? And then for the 25-26, I can't recall if we were using the current year or the prior year or the average. So I need to get back, because if the current year enrollment is higher than the 3-year prior average, then that's the funding model that we would be using, and I believe it should.
So we can still use that, we could still use that last number? I thought that had fallen off already. The 3-year
number?
average.
No, that's still in existence. We can still use that. So it's either the 3-year average, the greater of the 3-year average, current year, or prior year.
So whichever is
The
greatest.
greatest.
Greater,
Okay.
yeah.
So you're not sure yet? Okay.
You'll get back to us.
Yes.
Correct.
I do have a question just for, I guess, transparency and educating the community. Can you tell us, right here in our general fund contributions, the 3.498 or the 17,000, the routine maintenance, what does that consist of?
So the routine maintenance, it's a requirement that we contribute 3% of our general fund expenditures back to routine restricted. So basically, the routine maintenance covers salaries and benefits of our maintenance team, as well as some of the work that we do around the district related to facility plant and equipment and facilities anything else you would like to add?
Sure, I could say that, like, there's a lot of repavement that was done at the schools, the, blacktops, the basketball courts, anything to do with painting, flooring at the school sites all comes out of routine. Basically anything having to do with the fixture of a building or that, needs maintenance of a building comes out of the routine restricted fund.
And is that balance on one of these that you listed here?
It's part of the general fund, it's a general fund restricted resource.
So the complete balance is 15 million?
No, so that's only 3.4 million. So basically, it has its own resource, but it doesn't really generate revenues. The only except for the contribution. So if the expense for the year is 3.4, then that's basically what we contribute. But we
There's
have
no
to make
balance
sure,
floating
no,
around. Okay,
there's
that's what I
no, it
wanted.
doesn't carry a balance, and we just have to make sure that it's at least 3%. That's what we have to make sure that we're spending at least 3% related to that.
Okay, thank you, that helps. That's all I have.
Any other questions from the board?
I had a quick question on the slide that says, general fund expenditures, the $3 million increase in services and other operating expenditures. Can you give us a little bit of a background on what services and other operating expenditures could be?
Is it
Sorry.
50? No. Just a second. Right here.
Next one, general fund expenditures. So you put a question mark there too?
So, that increase this is both the restricted and unrestricted side, so a lot of it has to do with spending down our one-time grants. And part of it is also, SPED, our contracted services, our residential treatment centers, our non-public schools, they continue to go up, so part of that increase has to do with special education as well as spending down, one-time funds.
Okay.
Part of it is the CalShape, the plumbing plus the HVAC side as well.
Got it. Cool. Thank you.
All right, no further questions. Thank you very much. Great presentation. That'll move us on to 6.1, which is approval of the aforementioned unaudited actuals. Is there a motion?
I'll motion to approve.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
A motion and a second. Is there any further discussion from the board? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Thank you and thank you.
Thank you so much.
6.2 is approval of resolution 25-26-02, alternative interdistrict attendance program space availability. There's a lot of other stuff that this says. I'm going to turn it over to the superintendent.
Thank you, Mr. Clifford, members of the board. This is an annual request that and on behalf of Dr. Prince and Educational Services, this is an annual request that we bring forward for the number of spaces that we allot each year by grade level for the District of Choice program. And these are due in December, sometime back into Educational Services for any family wishing to come to our district under this program, District of Choice, outside of the districts that we have reached our limit with. And there it is.
So on that presentation, there's a sheet which actually spells out the numbers and the
number of-
whereas.
Yeah, number of spots per grade level, 40 to 50 for each grade level across the district.
And it goes starting with TK all the way through 12, and it ranges at each one of those levels from 50 to 40 at each level. Some are 50 or some are 40, so you could do the math if you time that by 12. And if the board votes tonight, it'll be resolved that this passes. So now that that has been presented to us, is there any questions from the superintendent on this item 6.2? All right, no questions. Is there a motion? There's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
There's a motion and there's a second for approval of this resolution. Is there any further discussion?
Yeah, do we have space for these students, I'm assuming, correct?
we could definitely, yeah, fit these students in. Depending on the grade level, some would be a little harder than others, but we could definitely fit them in. It would be a good problem to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good, because I know there's been discussion about, we have some places that are really tight, and some grade
Yeah.
levels that are,
Yeah.
okay,
This would allow us to balance those where we have the room.
okay,
Yeah.
perfect, thank you.
Okay, any further discussions, questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Is there any opposition? Okey doke. Thank you very much. That takes us to item 7. Item 7 are the consent items. 7.1 describes the consent as being items 8.1 through 11.3 as presented on the agenda. I want the public to know this incorporates between educational and business being the majority of it, about $9 million in expenditures. That being said, is there anyone wishing to pull anything from the agenda? Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
There's a motion, is there a second? There's a motion and there's a second. Is there any further discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Is there any opposition? Thank you, trustees, for going through that. That takes us to item 12.1. I will adjourn this meeting at 6:59, back to closed session. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. This is your Glendora Unified School District Board of Trustees. It is 8:13 on Monday, September 8th. We are reconvening open session. There is no reportable action from our extended closed session, and we are adjourning this meeting at 8:13 p.m. Good evening.